Hello there, and a very, very warm welcome to this week's Overseas Guides Company's YouTube presentation. Well, it's a little bit about the reasons for people moving overseas this week. I think that a lot of people imagine it's only us retired folk who go and live elsewhere than the UK, but in fact, a lot of younger people now are thinking of moving elsewhere for all sorts of different reasons. People who are single, just about to get married, or indeed people who have a young family. I think weather often is one of the main reasons. People want to escape the winters in the UK and go somewhere which has perhaps a little bit more sunshine and perhaps more dependability as well. Also, sometimes it depends where you're going to, but your money could go further. There are lots of countries where you will get more for your money. You have to consider the cost of housing, obviously food, living expenses and transport. But some places you will find that your money does go a lot further, particularly when it comes to property prices. It's also a very good reason to think about experiencing a new culture. If a lot of young people today are somewhat disillusioned with the way things are going in the UK, obviously there are problems elsewhere also. But sometimes a new culture, and more outdoor life is something that's very, very appealing. Now, if you're fortunate enough to be going to a country where English isn't a main language, think of it as that, being fortunate, because it means you'll have to learn another language. This is something that's very good for all of us, no matter how old you are. Learning a new language is really good to dust off the old brain. One needs to keep everything ticking along, and it can also help you remember things better, and it's also a bit of a challenge, let's face it. So don't be frightened, try your hand. If you don't speak very well, it doesn't matter, you'll soon learn. You need to really immerse yourself in your new country in order to be happy there. Some countries will have less tax than England, of course, sometimes it won't be that way. We do advise getting the advice of an independent financial advisor who will be able to help you find out what you can do with your pension and investments that you've already got in England. Sometimes you can benefit in lots of ways when you do become an expat. That's worth thinking about. I think another of the reasons people want to move abroad sometimes, if they've got a young family, is for healthier living. As I say, a lot of countries, for example, the south of France, some parts of America, some parts of Canada, you're going to be looking at a much more outdoor life. So if you're into sports, gardening, fishing, swimming, these are all considerations that you might be able to benefit much more from these things from moving elsewhere. Finally, I think if you're young and healthy and willing to take on a challenge in a new land, then it's a great thing to do. If you're young, you have young children, they will soon adapt. The younger they are, the better in a way. So no matter what your reason is for moving overseas, you need to really embrace it properly and think of it as a challenge, which will, in other words, at the end of the day, really benefit you. If you need to have any information at all, we have lots of writers in different countries on my right here, but if you have a specific question for us, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to help you. And if you want any particular topic covered here in my little films, then you just have to write to me or write to somebody in our office in London. I hope this finds you well and happy, and I look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed for listening. Bye-bye.